Hi, welcome back. Welcome to this forecourt film for this absolutely beautiful 2017 BMW 330 diesel. This is the touring model and also the M Sport, and also actually the very first that we've had in stock here is actually the LCI Facelift model, which came out in the end of 2016. This is actually the first version we've had. The changes are quite subtle on the outside. I'll sort of talk you around some of those first, and then I'll sort of start the video as normal and just go around and show you the overall condition of the car. But yeah, the sort of major changes: the headlights at the front have been upgraded to these brand new BMW LED lights that come up on here. You lose the windscreen washers on the front. A lot of the M Sport models didn't actually come with xenon headlights as standard. They came with the halogens. So this is now standard across the range to have the LED headlights at the front. Really good light, and obviously you've still got the angel eye look to the front of them as well, which is very BMW. It just kind of brings it all up in line. But things like the bumpers, there you go, that's your angel eyes just coming up there. LED fog lights at the front. But otherwise, things like the bumper design, grille and everything like that is actually pretty much unchanged before the previous non-facelift models. And then if we come around the back, it's a very much a standard sort of BMW facelift. We just have the newer style LED rear lights as well, a bit more red in them. Just kind of bringing them all up. Got this beautiful band that runs all the way along the side there. But in terms of sort of external design and things like that, that's pretty much the only changes that were made between this and the non-facelift models that ran from 2012 up until 2016. On the inside of the car, again, we'll come back and do a full sort of tour, but I'll just show you the upgrade bits that I've noticed. You've got new wiper stalks and indicator stalks over there. Don't actually like them as much as I did the old ones. Actually, I think they don't feel quite as chunky, but certainly look a little bit newer at least. And then the new infotainment screen I will talk you through as well. That's a real improvement on that, with things like touchscreen functionality and everything. They've moved the USB socket into the front here, so again, that's another telltale sign that it's the newer version. A great addition. They've done away with this ridiculous cover that they used to have in here that basically just ended up in people's glove boxes. This has now become a slide system here for the cup holders, which is far better. Beforehand they used to have a lift out part. We also have the newer style sort of iDrive buttons and things like that here as well. Very subtle changes though. Like I said, pretty much no difference there. Slight difference to the things like the inlays that they run around. And you get a newer style. It's almost like a kind of silver carbon effect that runs through there. But otherwise, pretty much inside, I think those are the main changes. Oh, that's right, we've got behind the sliding armrest. We also, like I said, now they've moved the USB up to here, but you also have a USB connection in here, and they appear to have taken out the auxiliary socket, unless someone's going to correct me and tell me it's been moved elsewhere, but no, that looks like it's been taken out. And then in place of what used to be in the earlier cars, they still had the clip-in sort of phone mount for your telephone. That was removed a while back, but they then just had a sort of a tray in there. And then now this is a wireless phone charger as well, so you just simply put your phone in here without having to connect it, and it will charge as you're driving along. So that's actually quite a useful feature. And I think that's pretty much it in terms of the major changes on the inside. We'll come back in a second and obviously talk through all the specification that this particular car has, but just wanted, as this was the first LCI model or facelift model, depending on who you listen to, just wanted to kind of just run over the major changes there. So in terms of this particular car, absolutely beautiful. It's finished in sapphire black. It is the M Sport model. It's had a number of different upgrades made to the car, namely the 19-inch alloy wheels. These are all absolutely perfect condition, completely unmarked all the way around. The standard dark grey and then diamond cut finish across the front of them, so they're all in absolutely fantastic condition. We also have the privacy glass, so just from the B pillar all the way to the back, including the boot. So that's on there. The M Sport itself always comes with the dark black shadow line on the back, so that pretty much remains the same. And I think that's pretty much it for sort of the external bits and pieces. All 4 wheels, I won't show you each one individually, but all 4 are in absolutely perfect condition, so not a single mark on any of those at all. In terms of the bodywork, very, very nice. Come down the passenger side here. Sorry, it's blowing a gale outside, so again, thought we'd come inside just to get away from the wind noise. But no dents or major scratches or anything like that all the way down the passenger side. If we come across to the boot, a couple of very, very, very slight loading scratches, barely anything to talk about. I mean, I'm being really fussy here. You have to go in quite close to see those. You've got the rear parking sensors, also have the rear camera here as well, which I'll show you working in a second. But yeah, overall, very, very nice condition. Come down the driver's side, same thing, no dents, no marks or scratches. All the way down the side, mirror housing, everything like that, all in perfect condition. You obviously have stone chips and things to the front as you'd expect for the sort of age and mileage, but again, these are not over the top. Another clear, decent mirror cover there. And just overall, very nicely presented indeed. So in terms of the additional features, we have a standard, the electric tailgate on the back. And this reveals really nice, decent amount of boot space in here. All of this is in fantastic condition. No signs that the previous owner had any pets in the car or smoker or anything like that. All very, very nice. Carpets are all in lovely condition. You've got the additional storage compartments underneath there. And then the car's also been upgraded with the storage package as well, so it gives you a couple of additional bits and pieces. This silver section here plugs into these points. Just means you can segregate off parts of the boot. You've got things to hang plastic bags from, hold bottles and additional little storage nets and things like that. Then also underneath here we have your towing eye and locking wheel nut and toolkit and everything that you need there. Across to this side section, got the first aid kit, and again just a little bit more storage, and as well as a 12-volt socket as well there for anything that you're taking with you that's when you're touring. Across to the back we've got a 40-40-20 split, so we can actually put down the centre section of the seats and use that as a sort of a ski port. And then we've also got the folding headrests in the back as well, so if you're not using it for rear passengers, it just increases visibility for you when you're reversing. But yeah, that's all in there. And a lot of these things are all additional extras as well. You do the things like the folding headrests. They're only about £70 or something, but all adds up. And then, as with the previous non-facelift models, and in fact, of course, a lot of the touring models beforehand, you can also pop the rear window, which is really useful. Especially if you do have a dog, just means in the summer you can actually keep the boot shut, and they can get some air through the back. Or if you just have a shopping bag and you just want to drop it straight in, saves opening the full boot. Around to the back, we've got this beautiful, I love this interior, it's really lovely. Nice saddle brown leather. You still get things like the black seat backs, which is really important actually, because it just means that any areas that do kind of get muddy feet or something like that anywhere near them are a lot more hard wearing. The back seats don't really look like they've had anybody sitting in them at all actually. It's leather's in fantastic condition. Fold down centre section here with cup holders and Isofix child seat preparation obviously. But yeah, if you look at all of the leather, you can tell it's really not had a huge amount of use at all. All of the seat backs, plastics, free of any kick marks or anything like that. Round to the front, and again a lot of the additional extras that I'll point out here. We have power folding door mirrors. We have the Harman Kardon Logic 7 sound system, which is a really fantastic sound from that. And then the car's also been upgraded with electric seats with memory for the driver, just normal standard electric seats for the front. So you've got 2-stage memory there. Driver's bolster in fantastic condition. Tiniest bit, a little bit of wear just on the edges as you'd expect, but certainly again nothing excessive. Buttons for all your controls for your windows and everything like that across there. We have automatic headlights. We have automatic windscreen wipers on this new style sort of stalk here, and we also have paddle shift gear change as well. and the steering wheel remains unchanged. That's the nice 3-spoke chunky M Sport steering wheel. If we just jump in and start the engine, you'll notice that we have the full black panel display here as well. So this takes away the sort of traditional gauge that you have down here, and all of this becomes a screen, and that just changes depending on what sort of mode you're in. It just displays a lot more information. All of your sat nav stuff and everything like that comes up on there as well. Really nice and easy to focus and to use. On the steering wheel itself, cruise control, controls for your telephone, voice control, and your media settings and everything like that. You can change all of your volume controls or move to the next track or the next radio station nice and easily without having to fiddle around with the iDrive. Down onto the main center console, as I mentioned, done away with the silly sort of flap here that was completely useless. I'm not quite sure why they had it, so that's just an open storage area, and now this here slides underneath, so you can access your cup holders. And then we also have a 12-volt socket in the front there as well. Traction control, different driving modes depending on your preference at the time. So all the way up from sport, and you can sort of just configure all the sport displays and everything like that, and just changes the way that the gear changes and the steering feel and everything like that, all the way to Eco Pro. Really nice sort of infotainment graphics and everything that come up on here. And then the dashboard changes up on here as well, and just helps you drive more efficiently, holds back a bit of the power, so that you're not using it all. Down to here, heated seats for the driver and passenger. These are 3-stage and nice and easy to use, as well as dual zone climate control as well, so you have separate temperatures for driver and passenger. In the back we also have additional vents and with their own heating controls as well, so you can change the temperature for passengers that are in the rear. Automatic gearbox, and then up to the new screen. So this is probably the biggest change for me. It's across the older model. There was absolutely nothing wrong with the old ones at all. This is the professional satellite navigation and media package that we have. So you have the nicer widescreen. The quality of the graphics is a lot better than before. This is actually only my second time of using this, so I'm not going to be quite as fast as I normally would be talking through it all. But your media things, you can either control from the iDrive down here, or like I said, you can actually use the touchscreen. And one thing I really like about the fact that it is touchscreen is the fact that you still can use the iDrive instead of the screen, because you do often get sort of fingerprint marks and things like that on there. We won't worry too much about this for the demonstration, but certainly in sometimes when the screens are up here and you can just see people's fingerprints all over it, it's quite irritating. But pop onto the media area, and we have full digital radio, as well as FM and AM channels as well. We also have the links for your external devices. So if we come down to, this is again me learning, music collection. So we have an onboard storage hard drive for music. You can actually download music directly from a USB stick or from a CD itself. You can access it through there. And then if we come down, we have a DVD player. So you still have a CD slot here for CDs, or also for DVDs, so you can actually watch movies up on this screen. Bluetooth audio is probably the most popular one, so you can just stream music directly from your phone, or from Spotify, from YouTube, or you listen to podcasts and things like that as well. And then you can obviously hardwire in your USB. The auxiliary socket is obviously now definitely gone, on the basis that you can't pick it up from here, so no more auxiliary. It's either USB or Bluetooth media streaming, which I think was what most people used anyway, so that's all very, very nice. Back out to the main menu. I think you can sort of, you can cycle through all of these sorts of things. Communication would be for your telephone, once that's connected, so you can go through all of that. Let's just see. Sorry, as I said, I'm learning as I go. Navigation, same as before, but with a couple of nice extras. Again, this covers you for the whole of Western Europe, contains traffic reports and things like that. Very, very nice interface, very nice and easy to use. And we come across here. I haven't actually subscribed to that on here, but there's a number of different settings you can have with information coming through on your phone, as well as sort of downloading applications and things like that as well. My vehicle, this is where you use it as a sort of a setup, like your control panel for the car. So all of the sort of settings and everything like that are in here. How things work, driver profiles, so you can actually have two different drivers can have their own profiles. It remembers things like radio stations and seat positions and things like that as well. Vehicle status will give us all of the information about the mechanical parts of things. So we have a full tyre pressure monitoring system. This only works after you've driven for about half a mile or so, but basically it will display each individual tyre pressure there. Obviously I haven't gone far enough for it to register those for now, but it will obviously let you know if it detects any loss in pressure or anything like that at all. Engine oil levels. And then we also come in here for the list of items that are going to be required soon. Just carried out the MOT with absolutely no advisories. Brake fluid service is not due until July 2022. The engine oil service we've also just done. I've just done a major service on the car, so that's not due until November 2022 or 15,000 miles, depending on which one comes soonest. Same with the vehicle check. Front brake pads are also new at 29,000 miles, and the rear brake pads are at 39,000 miles until they need to be changed. So like I said, there's absolutely nothing for the new owners to do for quite some time, basically until either the MOT in the end of 2021 or the brake fluid service in July 2022. So another good 18 months before you have to do anything at all. So that's all been done for you, and we just pop back out from here. See, that's everything. Back out to the main menu, and then you've got things like notifications that will tell you whether or not one of your tyres is running a bit low, or the car's due an MOT or something like that soon. You can also obviously get all of your information in here with regards to your fuel economy and everything like that as well. All of the information comes up directly on the main screen, so that you can basically view that on here in terms of your trip computer and everything like that as well. So you can see this up on here. So it's yeah, like I said, it's pretty much the same sort of layout. They've updated a lot of the information and just the way that it's displayed, but it all looks really smart, I must admit. Very impressive indeed. Another bit that I forgot to mention earlier on, you get this really nice sort of leather stitching that runs all the way across the dashboard, which I've only just spotted as being part of the newer model as well. So that's actually quite a nice feature that we have in here, and everything else is pretty much as it was. I think that pretty much clears up everything on the inside. We'll just take you back out and have a final look over the car. I hope you found the video useful. If we can help with any further information, if you require any finance figures, or you have a part exchange to value, then please do let us know through our website, which is jajarvis.co.uk. Be more than happy to help. Thank you very much again for watching, and we'll see you next time.